PPP lost the election because of missing poll books. This is the Ghana Reporter. Now that APNU have won the election, the Ghana Reporter will explain what happened with the PPP. It wasn't because of what many are calling a racist campaign that the PPP ran that turned off a lot of the swing voters that were usually a certainty for the PPP. It wasn't that APNU ran a better campaign. No, PPP lost because of two words: poll book. More specifically, missing poll books. A poll book is a necessary statutory document that is used on election day. As a matter of fact, every country uses some form of poll books for their elections. It is the only way you can verify if someone is authorized to vote. It prevents someone from voting 5, 10, 15 times. It contains all the eligible voters, people who are allowed to vote. It is so important that it's mentioned 12 times in the Constitution. For example, Section 72, subsection 5 says, if an elector fails or refuses to comply with the lawful requirement of a presiding officer for the staining of one of his fingers, the presiding officer shall order him to return to him any ballot paper issued to him to leave the poll station forthwith. The presiding officer shall destroy any ballot paper so returned and make entry in the poll book as to the fact of such failure or refusal. So in simple terms, the law says if someone refuses to ink their fingers, then a note should be placed in the poll book of their refusal and their vote becomes invalid, meaning not a valid vote. So with all the poll books missing in the PPP's areas, PPP wants all these votes to be counted. In other words, PPP wants all these invalid votes to become valid votes. Another use for the poll books? When someone goes to the polling station to vote, their ID is checked and the name is scratched off in the poll book. The Ghana Reporter asks, what if there were no poll books? There would be no way to verify anyone, and any person can vote as many times as they want or vote in place of someone else, dead or foreign, if they so choose. For example, if the presiding officer, the person who's in charge of counting votes, opens the box and sees 10 ballots with 10 names filled out. The question now is, are those votes valid? The short answer is no. It's not. Those filled out ballots does not become valid until the presiding officer can corroborate the names on the ballots and the names in the poll book.
What do you do with the missing 800 poll books in the PPP area? Do you count the votes? But they're not verified. No, you don't. The votes do not become valid until they're verified in the poll books. So if the poll books are missing and the votes cannot be verified, then the votes are invalid. Stick a pin.
This is the Ghana Reporter. Special report.